made it.
All right, vamos a welcome back, everyone, to A Toda Madre. I'm here with my buddy Scorpio.
Yo, what's up?
Scorpio,
What's up?
obviously, there's an age gap between me and you, where I lived a little bit longer,
Yeah.
about 15 years longer. So I know a little bit more of life than you, but something that you have over me, even though your lifespan as a teenager to a pre-adult is very short, but you have lived in the desert a lot more than me. We are talking about desde que tienes unos 13 años a 21, 7 years of you kind of know the what's ups, a little bit of the what's ups
Yeah.
in the life of the desert here in California, where it gets up to 107, 108. And then when it gets cold, you sometimes get snow.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit of life out there in the little town. Little town, or is it city? You want to call it a town, or is
It's city.
it's a
It's a
city?
small city though. Like basically, it should be like a town, not even a city. But
Okay, how about this? How many high schools?
we have two high schools.
Two high schools, and that
Yeah.
means that puts you like at four or six junior highs.
No, I think actually, yeah, something like that. About four, I think.
About four, y otras 4 to 5 elementaries.
Yeah.
All right, now this is for the people that don't know. When you live in the city, how I grew up in the city, obviously we grew up with like 5, 7 high schools, 10 to 15 junior highs,
Mm.
10 to 15, 20 elementaries. Pero we have a mall. Do you guys have a mall?
Technically, my city doesn't.
What do you mean by technically? What is
So we have
technically?
a mall for the high desert, but specifically my city, no.
So is yours more like an outlet or is it an actual mall?
There's an actual mall.
Okay, but you share it between other cities.
Mm-hmm. Every city surrounding Victorville, Hesperia, Apple Valley, Adelanto all share one mall.
It's in the dead center, smack in the center, probably.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Is that your place to hang out? No, I know that you're 21, so now you're a little bit different. Now you're probably starting to look at bars, nightclubs, and all that. But before hitting that 21 mark, was that the place to go?
Yeah. When I was in high school and sometimes even in junior high, that was like the spot to be. That was like weekends, you hit up there, even weekdays. You know, everybody tells their parents, "Oh, go drop me off over there," because that shit's too far to walk. But everybody, everybody.
Damn. So it's just it's crazy because I mean, obviously you have your local parks, right? Let's go to the
Mm-hmm.
park. Further. You have your something like even your little downtown areas in a way that can be also a hangout.
Yeah, like shopping centers.
Ujú. Pero no, como yo, cuando yo grew up in Bakersfield, my last year of high school, I moved out here to a desert city, Bakersfield. And since everything was too far and I didn't have a car in senior year, we would literally like say, hey, me and my friend would literally walk to the Walmart that had a big shopping center and we would chill at Starbucks, we would chill at Panda Express, Petco, we'd just go fucking walk, look at the ranch does the animals and shit. And it's when you're not into the department of portándose mal, the department of like que agarrarnos a putados every time or gangbanging, it's like, no, it's a little chill life and quiet. Quiet is the specific word when it comes to small towns. I don't know if your place in particular is quiet because I know that area on that side of the desert gets more active on the rowdy part than this
Mhm.
area.
I mean, I've always had mixed feelings about specifically that. More recently, I've noticed like it's just been getting more active and more active ever since. When I first moved out here, shit was honestly very quiet. There wasn't too much. Whatever was being done was done in silence. You know, most of the time it was just some sales going on, whatever. Nobody's really out here banging anything too hard when I first moved out here. And then nowadays, you got a bunch of little different cliques, a bunch of little different things popping up, and it's making the area a little bit worse. So it's starting to get a little rowdy over here. But Yeah.
Sorry. Go continue.
But overall, I would say it's fairly quiet for the most part. We just have probably about once, at least once a month, something happens.
Okay. And I'll say this. I'll say this. Do you know? Like, I know the reason. Do you know why the reason why that's just getting more active?
Yeah. Well, I know one of the reasons.
A ver,
One of
¿cuál
the
es?
problems we have up here is that we get a lot of people from Orange County, LA, about like all down the hill, San Bernardino even. It's cheaper up here. They all moved up here and they all moved all their bullshit up here,
So,
basically.
haz de cuenta que like someone who doesn't make good money. Now, I'm not saying that everyone who doesn't make good money is ghetto as fuck, right? There's still
Mhm.
people that only the papa works and la mama stays at home, so they don't make enough money. So they start moving out to places where it's affordable.
Mhm.
California is expensive. California is one of the most expensive states in the 50 states that we have. And from big cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego, Orange County that can be expensive. Some
Mhm.
parts of Riverside, LA County, not just Los Angeles, Hollywood, downtown Bel Air, Malibu, but there's some places afuerita that County where it does get expensive. And then we have Sacramento, kind of carito, San Francisco, super caro. Then you start coming down like to Fresno and all that. And then you guys are like literally all the way the fuck out there, almost close to Vegas, that
Mhm.
desert over there where is cheap, like dirt cheap. Where I'm like,
Yeah.
man, like I think you can buy like a 4 bedroom house for like maybe 400,000, 500,000 on the cheap.
Oh, oh yeah, easily. There's you can buy even my because one of my dad's looking at houses right now because he's looking to get into a house up here. He's looking at 4 bedroom to 5 bedroom, and he's looking around anywhere between mid 300s to mid 400s.
I didn't even know it was that cheap.
Yeah,
Well, 4 or 5 bedroom. And
it's just crazy.
are, are you talking about like that's like a new home, like a mid home, or like
So
an
that's
old?
the thing. That's the thing. Obviously, as the price lessens, it's usually a little bit older, but you're talking about houses that are still solid.
Okay,
Not
like
we're not talking fixer uppers. We're not talking like you're gonna have to dump 50 grand into the house right when you get it. You're
we're not
talking about a ready to live house, and maybe like a semi major problem happens in 10, 15 years, if
we're,
that.
we're we're not talking about homes like Compton, fucking
Yeah.
cars, like fucking your
Um,
rundown.
and then the other best part about it is you're talking about a lot too. You're talking about some land around that house, you know? It's not just a house and that's it. You'll get a plot of land with that usually.
So when you get your plot of land, obviously you can get up to like an acre and shit, right?
Mhm.
And that 1 acre, people don't know, but that's like a fucking football field. That if you're getting it for like 300,000 with no house, and you're getting it for like 3 to 200, that's a fucking steal. But if you get it with a house, 1 acre with a fucking house, even if it's a 2 bedroom, dude, you have no idea what you can do. You can do so much bullshit, so much stuff in there. That like, oh my god.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what happened with the house I'm at right now. We bought it years ago, so the prices were different, but we bought it at 220, and we got basically a whole acre here.
Yeah, because I've seen the pictures that you sent and all that. I just didn't realize that you own that your mama owned all that, or like
Yeah,
todo lo que hay detrás. And because I know you've told me that you have your 4 cars, so I'm pretty sure they're like
yeah,
in the flower, like hay que se empolven a la verga.
yeah.
Este, but I will say this: every time I see you, I think it was when it was raining that you guys know on your mountain views.
Hmm.
You have like a little mountain view that I like.
Yeah,
Este, I always envision myself. I'm like, yeah, I can sit like in a rocking chair with my nice coat,
yep.
either fumándome un cigarro, not weed, right, just un cigarro, or drinking coffee, sipping whiskey in the summertime, looking out there. Even though you don't have the greens, you have the browns because it's desert. I'm like, that's still a fucking view for me because I appreciate nature like that.
Yeah, most definitely. And I mean, I think you get some of the best sunsets and sunrises out here. I think they're way better than down in LA. I don't know what it is about being up here, but it's just beautiful almost every single day.
The mountain that it reflects
Mm.
the. Okay, so when you're getting your sunset on you, everybody who's on the coast is getting the coast view. So like, unless you like beach, like an ocean view, you're getting that badass view with the sun y todo. But because the sun is literally reflecting the water and is making different colors into the upwards, ¿verdad? You're getting the mountains, so it's like reflecting colors. So when you get that freaking view, it's all colorful and shit. I trust
Yeah.
me, I've taken many pictures of that shit. It's just that like my backyard faces the west, but I have a brick, so I don't get to see it as much.
Yeah.
El, en el momento de eso de nature, en el momento de when you have your little acre like that,
Mhm.
that's when that I've lived a little bit longer than you, appreciate all that because sometimes you can't get that in the city.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I live like in the big cities like Los Angeles or San Francisco or San Diego, like big motherfucking downtown areas, but even just living in the city where you're 30 minutes away from Los Angeles, 45 minutes from San Diego, 20 minutes from the coast, 3 hours from the mountains, you get to appreciate now that I live on the desert, you get to appreciate everything, every little single detail. Because even last week, 1 hour and a half, I went to Sequoia. I was there in Sequoia Mountains, and dude, I'm like, it just feels good that you don't. I didn't get any traffic. Just
Yeah.
driving. Now I was lucky because it rained, so I didn't get to see that. None of that desert. ¿Cómo se llama? Los ranchos. No, es que cuando no
Mm.
llueve, when it doesn't rain, all the ranchos is just dry land.
Yeah.
So, but I get to get it with water, so I got to see it all green. So it's like in the movies when you're just driving like an open green field with green hills and all that. Oh, I
Mhm.
fucking love that view, bro. It was nice. It was like
Yeah.
now one thing I'll ask you. We touched on this a little bit one time that me and you were talking about how kids your age or underneath, or maybe like 3 years older than you, that have lived there where you're at their whole lives without ever seeing the beach. How does
Mhm.
that make you feel for them and that you're part of that world?
Honestly, it's always been a bad feeling, you know. It's sad, like, cause that's something so simple, and a lot of people take for granted, and just that's something almost daily for people to see, you know. And some people wake up on the beach, some people, you know, and it's crazy to think to be only like an hour and a half away by car that kids can't and won't be able to see that, you know.
What would be something that you can say or teach someone younger than you about getting out of your town, getting out of that pueblo, getting out of that little desert city?
Yeah. Honestly, the easiest thing is just work, you know. Just do what you have to do. Kind of, you know, fucking float like a bee, you know, just fucking go, you know. Don't let anything stop you. Like, take your losses as they are. Don't try to bullshit it and just go work. And by saying work, I mean do whatever, you know, do your schoolwork, fucking study, you know, put in work on whatever you need to do, you know?
True, true. Because I mean, like it all comes down to work. If you don't work, you don't have the money to go out. If you don't work, you don't have the money to do little carne asadas. Money is a mover, and when people say, "Oh, money doesn't bring you happiness," it doesn't, but it does make it easier
Yeah.
to be happy. You know, este, you've told me, "Oh, I'm in your county." When you come to Orange County, oh, like I'm over here, I'm just chilling. It all like I seen the pictures when you send the post that you're at a park overlooking the view and all that. Have
Yeah.
you ever put it in your mind that you may want to move one day to the city?
Yeah, that's definitely always been a thought in the back of my head because I mean the city is so convenient, I think. Like over here we don't even have sidewalks. Even if I wanted to walk, it's gonna be a bitch just because of that.
Oh shit! I ain't even.
So-
And you guys are like 1800s, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So like it's definitely been on my mind because the city is so much more convenient and so much nicer in the way of for humans, you know, not nature wise, but
Mm. Yeah, no, no, no. I get you. I get you because it is a different lifestyle. But lo poquito que hemos hablado, the few times that we've conversated on messages and all that, you look open, like you don't look close minded. Like I'm pretty sure if I ask you, I don't even know. Do you even have a Dave and Buster's out there?
No,
Really?
no, we don't. The closest one I believe is in Ontario.
Have you ever been to one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Because I remember when I moved over here, I was working at this warehouse. He was 23 years old, and you can tell right away that he's never lived outside of this city or have gone and visited outside of this city. Me
Yeah.
dijo, "Güey, it was a UFC fight. I think it was John Jones. No. I forgot who it was, but it was like in a March fight, and it was a UFC fight. Y me dijo el morro, me dice, hey, Raul. And I'm like, what's up? Dijo, let's go watch the UFC fight at Dave and Buster's. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking down. Let's go. And he's like, do you even know what a Dave and Buster's is? I'm like, and then I'm like, yeah, like yeah, bro. I'm like, I've been to it. He's like, how do you been to it? They just opened it up like 6 months ago. I'm like,
Fuck.
bro, well, I'm like, where I come from, I'm like, there's like 6 of them, and I've been to all of them. I'm like I've been to them when I was 18 years old and shit. So I'm like, I just had no clue that there was no Dave and Buster's out here in this area at all. So
Yeah.
I understand why he wouldn't know. But at the age of 23, I already knew Vegas. I already fucking knew Mexico. I already knew Tijuana many times. 23, I knew Palm Springs. I knew Victorville. I knew Spedia. I knew Barstow. All of that. So I'm like, man, you at 23, you're so close minded that you haven't even traveled 2 hours to Los Angeles to experience like a Dave and Buster's.
Man, that's fucking. I don't know. That's fucking crazy to me. You know, I don't.
Like, I'm sorry that I'm laughing. It's just that you seem so shocked. Like, bro, how the fuck have you not gone at 23?
Yeah.
And like I get it if I were saying like, oh, I was talking to an 18-year-old, maybe even a 19, ¿verdad? Porque I know at that age, no todos tienen carro.
Yeah.
But like at 20 and if you're already working, like I don't understand why you don't have a car.
Yeah.
Y el güey sí tenía carro, tenía su troca. Y cómo se llama, la tenía bien limpiecita el güey. But he just seems so shocked. He just seems so shocked of that I knew what a Dave and Buster was. And I was like, fuck, bro. I'm like, and then when I got to meet the group chat, it was around that same time. So when you told me that you lived in the desert, just the opposite of me, I was like, I wonder if this fool has gone to places. And yeah, sure enough, when you told me, yeah, I've been to Orange County, I've been here, I've been there. I was like, oh, this fool has gotten around. You had to grow up quick, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely. Well, I was born down in L.A. and then I was raised in Orange County for about, I think, 10 or 11 years.
Oh, okay. Or then you can. So at 12, that's when you moved to the
Mhm.
desert.
Yeah.
What part of Orange County?
It was like Hawaiian Gardens right there.
Oh, with the Filipinos and shit. There's a casino right there, but it's a casino that's just ¿cómo se dice? Cards, no jackpot.
Oh yeah.
Y el Commerce Casino is the same thing. It's just tables, no jackpot. I don't know if you guys have I don't think so because every time I drive to the 15, I don't see no casinos out there except for Vegas, like fucking Wild Bills,
No, we don't have a casino out here. The closest one is in San Bernardino.
which is the San Manuel, the Yamava,
Yeah, I think so.
or is it the Morongo?
Oh fuck, I don't know.
Machangas.
Fuck, I don't know.
I can say this: 15 southbound. You have like majority of them. You have Yamava. You have Santa. Ay, ¿cómo se llama esa pinche? Fantasy Springs, I think. Fantasy Springs. You have Morongo. You have Pachangas, and then there's another one. The only reason I know about that, I don't even think it's called Fantasy Springs, but if it is because De La Hoya used to put his fights there in California.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yes, so they have like in their little arena. Majority of casinos when they do like hotel and all that, they have little arenas that can carry up to like 4,000 people. So like
Yeah.
the stage where they sing, they would use that as a boxing ring.
Uh,
Yeah, so it was like, for instance, like let's say if I wanted to see a fight, I would buy the ticket. Like it would be no more than $80. You're at the very top, but because it's a small arena, you can see it. And then
yeah.
after, take another 300 to play at the casino and just book it back.
Damn. I wish I could go to some shit like that. Honestly.
Yes, and that's why I hate it that he moved this shit to Vegas, because I'm like, bro, I'm like, you barely did any fights in LA. I'm like, you did some fights in Orange County, but majority of his fights were in Fantasy Springs. And I checked it from OC how far it was, and it was like an hour and a half or something like that.
Mhm.
I know that the fight that I was gonna go watch there was Miguel Berchelt versus I forgot. I think it was Roman maybe,
Mhm.
and it was literally there. But at that same time, my one of my uncles passed away, so we decided to send the money to Mexico and for my pops so he can visit. But of course,
Yeah.
that was gonna be one of my fights that I wanted to go see. And like I'm
Yeah.
telling you, that's like from you, I think it's like 45 minutes,
Honestly, I don't know.
but they don't
Well,
make the
damn.
the the one that I'm trying to see is fucking Jose Ramirez, because he usually fights up here in Fresno in Avenal.
Yeah. I always remember seeing that. I think most of the fights that I've seen of him have been up there. I think.
Yes, like he sells out there's a little basketball arena over here, 14,000 people. He sells it out every time he fought. He also fought in Tachi Palace, which is a casino. So again,
Mhm.
4,000 people. And I'm expecting fights right here in Tejon, but that's probably gonna be from Top Rank because they're the only ones who are down to do that shit. But right here, Tejon, where I'm at, underneath the Grapevine, they made a Hard Rock Cafe casino. They already did the casino, but they just need to build the hotel and the arena. So I'm pretty sure in the arena, if they make it like 4,000, they're gonna probably make fights right there.
That'd be kind of fucking sick.
Yeah, because remember, like it's easier to make if it's not like in a big city. And pay attention to all the small cards, Valdez, like especially Latinos, like the Latino cards. But
Mhm.
you will always see that they make the fight either close to the casinos or in a casino,
Mhm.
for the sole reason that que as soon as they're done fighting, go to the casino, and that's como se dice la palabra. Like I'm not going just to go see a fight. Afterwards, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to the casino,
Yeah. Damn.
and yeah, and because they have the hotel, I'm going to the hotel.
Yeah. So it's like it's a trap for all the market.
Yes, exactly. It's like, let's say for instance you're like, oh, my favorite rock band is coming to where the Rollins lives. I'm gonna hit him up so that I'll go to the concert on Friday, have a little carne asada with him, and I'll book it back, or I go to the casino on Sunday. So that's three things to do.
Yeah.
And same thing with me, where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go on that side, even though there's like only fucking Kessie fights out there. So I'm like, I don't think anyone, I don't think there's concerts out there. So it's really hard for me to make a trip and come back.
Yeah.
I do have friends though. I do have like 2, 3 friends that live out there. They it comes down again to cheap, being cheap, and it's the desert. So I've always told everyone, if you can deal with being kind of boring, you can deal with the heat, and you can deal with the cold weather. You can buy a fucking mansion.
Yeah.
Sorry, sorry. But it is what it is. Like como tú, I think te queda Vegas at 3 hours, no?
Yeah. Just about.
Just about. So even a 3 hour drive for me, that was OC to where I live with traffic.
Yeah.
OC to where I live, 3 hours. Just stuck on traffic, LA traffic.
Fuck.
To Vegas is 4 hours from OC. From where I live, 4 hours as well. So I'm like,
Mhm.
nothing changes for that. And I do like Vegas. It's a desert city too, but they just have that big giant strip. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, like I feel like outside of of Vegas, like the fun stuff, I feel like it's kind of boring. That's what I think it is. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, I could see that. Like, they kind of dumped everything into that strip. So
Yeah,
outside of it, there's really not much.
I mean now they have football. They're gonna get baseball soon. It's funny. Like this year, you became a baseball fan just because it was the fucking Dodgers.
Yeah.
¿Cómo se llama? Um, there's concerts, so everything. It's an. I'll say this: it's a very active strip, right? So like, even if you think you're gonna be bored, just go to the strip and you'll have fun. That's basically it. You have everything there for majority of stuff. Boxing is there. Basketball. They want to open up a basketball team there. So that would say like it's a big ass fucking town. But the only thing that I say for me would be too much on the boring side because I feel like where you're from, you still get green, right? You still get some days that are green, or no?
Yeah.
Or is it just pure desert?
No, we get green here
So
sometimes.
so when it rains, like in January, February, you do get your green
Yeah.
scenery. Yes, and I feel like Vegas doesn't get that shit.
Oh, yeah. So it's just a dry ass desert.
That's just a fucking desert. That's like a major fucking desert. Where if it rains, I'm like it's mud.
God, yeah, that's
Y- y
bad.
That's that's something that I'm like I don't know if I can deal with it. Like I don't. I like the fun stuff, but I'm getting too old where I'm starting to dislike the fun stuff and do my fun, like just overlooking views, chilling in the quiet, doing a little carne asada. Like ya se está acabando mi época de estar saliendo.
Mm.
Which you're barely entering, so you're like, Unc is just old. Yeah, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
You're gonna get there, and you'll understand once you're sitting at 35 and I'm 45. No, wait a fuck, I'll be 50 when you're 30. I'll be still podcasting. I will still be podcasting right here, Los Dos. Maybe by then you'll be showing your fucking face, and who knows? Maybe you'll have your. So when it comes to that, you'll probably sit down and just look back. You're like, shit. I'm like, dude, I had a good time or I didn't.
Yeah.
And when right now that I've lived out here, that I go to little towns to like pick up firewood. I don't know. Do you pick up firewood? Like, do you do?
Sometimes or most of the time I just have it here.
But where do you get it from?
Honestly, I would just sometimes buy it from some random person's house. They'll post up a sign out here, sell it for cheap.
Is it the good shit? Like where it lasts like a good solid 30
Yeah.
minutes? Does it burn quick?
No, it lasts pretty good.
Okay, so exactly the same thing, right? I see on Facebook Marketplace, oh, I got almond tree, I got this, I got that tree, and I have to drive like a little bit far out there, and I'm like, fuck, I'm like, when people say in movies, I come from a small town, that's what I see now. Like those are small towns. Like
Yeah.
a fucking theater, they don't have fucking a Walmart. Like that's how small they are. Uh, houses are way cheaper out there, but I told my wife, I'm like, I can't see myself living in a smaller town. Like I feel like this is small, but that's way smaller. Like where this is a city, well, that's a fucking town.
Yeah. Honestly, if because the only reason this area even seems remotely big is if you just combined all the cities, because all of them kind of do go together, but it's boring as shit out here. And in Hesperia itself, there's literally nothing, like no mall. There's a few shopping centers, and that's about it. You have your Walmart and Target, and that's it.
Hey, at least you have a Walmart and Target though.
Yeah.
It's like I think Wasco. They told me last year little last year that the Walmart right there was 4 months old
Yeah.
and that they were barely gonna start making plans to open up a Target.
Fuck.
And we're talking about that Wasco that I fucking known. It's been alive since I was 12, so that 23 years, and they've never gotten that shit.
God damn.
They just opened up. A ver, que yo sé that I've seen with my own eyes.
Mm.
Right, one Target, two Targets. Honestly, I think they're about to open in my city the third Target, and I don't like. And maybe for you is a lot too, right? But when I'm talking about like city, which is just Santa Ana, my little old fucking ghetto ass city from Santa Ana that I love. ¿Cómo se llama? That I know of. There was one, two. on a span of just a city block of Santa Ana, there was 3 targets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this
Wow.
is this is this is like a little ghetto town, where people steal shit, and they have to have securities in the front. And well, I'm pretty sure yeah, todas las tiendas tienen security, but like I remember there was one on 17. There's one over there by fucking by Bristol, and then the one over here by South Coast Plaza. So 3.
God damn.
And I don't I want to make sure I don't remember there was one by Main Place, but I want to say there was. I'm just not so sure. And if there is, that's 4.
God
And
damn.
yeah, and that's just on one city. That's not including Orange. That's not including Tustin, Irvine, fucking Laguna Beach, Newport Beach. Because that's what I tell. Like, okay, for instance, you say Hesperia, Victorville, all these little ones. If you put them all together, that's like that would be like Santa Ana, Orange, Tustin. I just think we might have a little bit more population, but it's
Mhm.
just we're jam packed while you guys are spread out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it'll probably take you a little bit of desert to get to a bar store, Victorville.
So for Victorville, it's no desert. I can just go. And that's the crazy part is if you look at it, Hesperia and Victorville are connected by one street.
Okay, but like, what's the stretch, or is it like one where you cross the street? Yeah, yes, that's in Victorville.
Yeah, like that.
Okay, okay. So in like Santa Ana, Orange, Tustin, it's literally like that. You pass, let's say, you pass the Freeway 5, and
Yeah.
you're already in the next town.
Yeah. See, yeah, that's exactly how Hesperia and Victorville are. And then from Victorville in Apple Valley, same shit. It transitions. The only one that sometimes you have to drive desert to is Adelanto, but it
Okay.
depends on where you're going because that one's a little bit further up.
So if you put all of that together, that's why you see that there's only one mall. Is for
Yeah.
instance, Santa Ana has the mall, right? After that, Irvine, Anaheim, and yeah, I want to say Anaheim, Tustin, I don't think Newport. I'm not sure of Newport, but Costa Mesa. None of them have a mall.
Yeah.
It's all in Maine. But what Newport has, what Irvine has, and what Tustin has, they have these places called like the marketplace. And Orange, it's basically outlets.
Mm.
You can find a Target, you can find this, you can find that, you can find this, and
Yeah.
everything's there. But it's just like it's like if it was like a big open mall without
Gotcha.
it's just everything's parking.
Damn. Fuck.
This is like the best way I can explain it. I think for you, have you ever been to the Riverside Mall?
Which the Tyler Mall?
Yeah, the Tyler Mall.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so you notice how there is a mall right there, but then there's like another stretch. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like just open.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's technically not part of the mall, right? Because it's not inside. Or even South Coast. Have you ever been to the one in Santa Ana, South Coast Plaza?
I want to say yeah,
That's the
but it's been
that's,
probably
that's
years.
okay. So same thing. That's by the 405 and Bristol Street, right?
Uh,
So it's a la mall, but then there's like all the other shopping centers on the opposite side of the street. Technically, that's not the mall no more. That's another shopping center. So that's how it is. That each location has these large shopping centers, but they're not malls. They're just large shopping centers where you can find everything. The Spectrum, Irvine Spectrum. I'm pretty sure you've been to that one.
yeah. Yeah. That's just fucking nice.
And it's nice. You get fucking comedy club. You get all this shit. But como se llama? That's not a mall. It's a freaking. It's an outlet. Technically, it's an outlet, but they just call them like they just call them marketplaces. Because if it's stupid. If from what I know, if you call it an outlet, it's for it to be like in the desert
Mm.
or outside of everything, where everything's gonna be like a better deal. That's why they're called outlets. So they have to switch the name to marketplace
Gotcha.
because you're gonna get everything at the same price as you're going to the mall or to the actual Nike store and shit. Y- it's that's what it is out here. We have an outlet in the middle of the fucking desert, right next to a casino.
That's better than over here, at least. The closest, like, so we have the mall right here, but then the closest outlet is all the way in Barstow. And I don't know if you've ever been to those. They're not very great.
Well, I seen the Barstow, and I was actually gonna bring that up because I was like, I thought I saw one in Barstow when I fucking went to the Carl's Jr. next freeway. Um, I don't know if you ever seen it. There's literally one right there next to the fucking freeway on
Yeah.
the 15. We were coming from Vegas, and I went in there. But I thought I had seen the outlets of Barstow. Y como se llama, that's basically it. That what you just said is basically what we have out here. But it's
Yeah.
just one section. Haz de cuenta que the freeway divides it, right? So there's a bridge, the bridge of the freeway.
Mhm.
Okay, so like on this side, it's all the outlets, right? Nike, Tommy Hilfiger, Prada, not Prada, Coach, and shit like that. On
Yeah.
this side, it's all your fucking food, Chipotle, fucking, like so that when you're all done shopping, you go over and you go buy food.
Yeah.
A mile south of that, that's where the casino's at,
Damn.
and it's ¿cómo te puedo decir? Next to the casino or like in between.
So,
The,
so
yeah,
wait, have you ever been to the Cabazon outlets?
yes.
It's like that then, because then the Cabazon outlets have that one casino right next to it.
Sí. So the outlets are like literally like a mile opposite, right? Like a mile off. But
Yeah.
technically, we just say, "Oh, it's next to the casino," because what's a fucking mile? It's
Yeah.
not. I'll run a mile in one. I was gonna say in 7 minutes, but or that I want to say like maybe 12. Um, what's kind of cool is that where that casino's at, they someone made an investment, bro, and
Mhm.
they bought a fucking shit ton, like maybe like an acre or two, and they made it into RV campgrounds.
Damn.
So basically, let's say you're traveling, you have an RV, you fucking book it, you book the reservation to be there, and it's funny because yes, if you have like an ATV, you can go into their land, ride it off on the fucking desert and all that. And if you're just tired, you can either just go on your RV, sit down, watch TV, or you literally drive like 15 minutes, or I think it's like a mile, or I forget how much it says right there on the sign. The
Mhm.
casino's right there, and I was like, yeah, you can fucking do that shit. And I'm like, I don't know if you can order an Uber because it's in the middle of the fucking desert. But if you don't want to take your RV, that's what you would probably do. Just take a fucking Uber.
Well, you know what? There's probably Uber drivers that go out there specifically for that.
Yeah, easily. There's too much. The 2 times that I went, like it's a bitch to find parking, bro.
Mm.
And the 2 times that I've been that I go out, even one was at 2 in the morning, the other one was at 3 in the morning. Fucking, you can see the Uber lights, the Uber or Lyft. I was like, no mames. I'm like, a estas horas, anything for money, but like we come down. ¿Qué dijimos? El dinero mueve, you know. El dinero makes us. Without money, you can't do shit.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be. But I'm digging that you're open minded for a young guy from the desert.
Yeah.
That
Well, I
you're not.
try to be open minded as best I can, you know?
Yes, because I know that there's times where me and you are debating little stuff and all that, like fucking deporte and shit like that, or even sometimes life, and then you're like, okay, I get you. Like it's like when I tell everyone about levels. I'm like, there's levels, bro. I'm like, you're not gonna tell me I have a power when in reality you're not knocking on no one. I'm like, and then when you stepped out, you lost all your fucking power. So what does that tell me? That you don't have power. And then
Yeah.
you started realizing that shit. But I've noticed also that you do that shit to me, and I'm like, ah, this fucker's catching on that he uses the shit that I say against me. I'm like, he listens. That's a good thing. I'll say this though, also for someone in the desert, you are very, very into politics, which we're not gonna talk because I don't. That's a rabbit hole. Uh,
Yeah.
that's good, bro. That's good that you're into that shit. Just in case if you ever get to the city, because I'm pretty fucking sure where you're at, nobody wants to talk about that shit.
Well, you'd be surprised. You have a lot of big Trump supporters out here,
Oh,
and they're not very smart.
I mean, but yeah, I know what you mean. And it is the desert, so technically, because of the desert, majority of them, I'm not gonna say they're MAGA, but I do know that they like to be Republicans because they want to keep their laws tight
I
for their industry.
I would say they were MAGA. They would fly Confederate flags over here.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're talking full on.
Yeah, and I've seen the MAGA flags over here too.
I can say this at the in the beginning it felt scary, you know, when you see shit like that. But I've gotten so used to it where I'm just like, oh fuck off. I'm like, I just bumped Kendrick. Well, no, not Kendrick Lamar. ¿Cómo es este güey? Nipsey
Mm.
Hussle. Put that shit for on and let me put down the windows for being assholes. And te digo, like you should be more optimistic. I would say if you get chances, travel a little bit further down. Go to if you've never been to San Diego, go and have fun in San Diego. If you like the zoo, go to the Palm Springs Zoo. You can kind of have an idea. It's different even for like a zoo.
Mm.
The Palm Springs one is big. It's smaller than San Diego and LA, but it's big. Like you'll be when you see a giraffe, you're like, what the fuck? I just saw a giraffe. It's not in the wild, but you still see a giraffe. You know, like it's
Yeah, it's still crazy.
when I saw it, I was like, I first saw him from like here, right? And all of a sudden, he starts getting close. I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, big. Yeah, like you experience all that, and then you start loving life a lot more. Where you're gonna be like, you know, there's more to this shit. I can, ¿cómo se dice? Let me live. I can't come up with the word, but something about being more happy with life to continue the process.
Mm.
I'm not saying that you're sadistic and that you're not. No, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it makes your life easier as you get older.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I will say that's something I've noticed. I've started to enjoy more nature. I will say, you know, like even down to the shit I have growing in the back. I have like apricots. There's grapes. I grow green beans right here. Just that shit. Like I find a sense of like happiness in it, almost in a way. You know, that's
Yeah,
just cool to me now.
because it's nurture. You have to like los elotes. A mí se me murieron, right? But I work 60 hours a week, so I'm
Mm.
like I can't really put all my fucking insight on it. I remember I would show you videos that I was fucking flowering my cornfields and shit.
Yeah.
And you would have pendejitos talking shit to me. I'm like, bro, I'm like, nothing you will say will hurt me because I'm over that age. I'm over that hump. I'm
Yeah.
fucking 40. You think I give a fuck? You think I give a fuck about your shit? And 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 for me, when I see that shit, I'm like, damn, I made this shit grow. No me los comí al último because they just died at the end. I couldn't concentrate. It was too fucking hot too. But when you see shit like that, it just makes you say like, hey, nothing in life is possible, like impossible.
Yeah.
It like only I can even say money might be the most impossible part if you don't have a business or something like that. But even that, like without money, you can still do a lot of things with just knowing how to budget yourself.
Yeah.
It's like por decirlo, I've always said this: moments with family, moments with friends, is a cure of life because it's the memories that you bring in. When we're talking about Christmas and all that shit that you had a bad time and all that,
Yeah.
uh, dije, pero son los momentos. Like, don't rely your life or your memories on that last part that you saw. Rely on everything he did for you or
Yeah.
everything you lived with that. That's why for me it's important when every time I go to OC, instead of hanging out with the friends, I'm with the families because they are the ones that I'm gonna continue to see because they're the ones who my kids get happy when they see. And if my kids are happy, I'm happy. And if they
Yeah.
don't and if they don't come and visit over here, I don't give a fuck. But I'm still happy regardless because I'm doing my own shit.
Yeah.
Like si quiero ir a zapatear on this Saturday, I'll go zapatear. If I want fucking Scorpio to, hey, come over here, I want you to smoke me out. Fuck it, smoke me out, you know, like I
Yeah.
wanna like that way. The only thing I don't think I can do is I don't think I can get drunk in my own house.
No.
That's no, because I'm my family depends on me, so I have to be on my 10 toes.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
That's something important for you to take in life that yes, right now you don't have kids, right? No tienes esposa, no tienes girlfriend. But when you do and you start living with them, that's something you have to pay attention. Like, hey, I need to lay low on the drinking when I'm home, even if you're comfortable. Unless it's like your brother, then fuck it, go for it. Pero cuando tienes, unless you're like super comfortable, like other than that, if your friend brings a friend that you don't know, bro, you have to lower your liquor. Or you have to lower the marijuana because you never know who's that person over there.
Yeah.
And that's something that I don't know the desert. Yeah, even desert people should know this because in the city it happens all the time. Like, it happens all the time.
Yeah. Well, honestly,
Ever since like I think after middle school, not even well, like I'll say like freshman year, I stopped inviting people over to my house. Like I just, you know, because every time I would invite somebody, they always had a homie with them or something. Somebody else that I didn't know, and they would just bring them. And nothing ever happened bad, luckily. But that's just weird.
Hmm.
It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's part of growing. It's part of growing because it's just especially cuando in este caso que you take care of your moms and all that. I'm like you also have to look out for her because you like again you never know. It's not like people are saying, "Oh, it's because you don't trust people." Of course you don't. You can only trust yourself.
Yeah.
And if you're trusting yourself is like not getting fucked up or getting drunk, I'm like, but you can still enjoy the moments. I'm like, and I've always been that type of guy that I'm like, I don't need alcohol or drugs to be happy or to have a good time. I'm
Mhm.
like, I'll share a beer with you. I'll share this with you. I'll share that with you. And something that I'll definitely share is my carne asada, bro. Pero yeah, any last words for this life in the desert for people that have never experienced the desert? What can you tell them other than it's boring? What can you do for them for you to entice them to move to the desert?
Honestly, one of the biggest things I can say is just that you'd be very surprised by how beautiful the nature is out here. Even though it's a desert, there's a lot of beautiful parts over here. And that's probably honestly the best thing about being out here. And other than that is just how quiet it can be. It's just like I said, every once in a while something happens, but it's not too bad.
And you don't have a lake, huh?
I actually do.
Oh, you what? There's
There's
a
a
lake.
Hesperia Lake, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I've been to it. It's not very big, but I mean it's fairly big, but it's not like huge, obviously. It's pretty nice though.
Have you ever done the jet skis there?
No,
They allow you?
no, I don't think so.
All right, that's why you probably haven't.
Yeah,
That's another experience that you may want to live. Jet ski,
yeah,
because Lord knows that I don't fuck with the snow, because that shit's like dirt, bro. That shit's like you might see it fluffy and moving. Nah, you fucking fall out of that shit, you're gonna get snow brush.
yeah.
But yeah, man, we'll have a part two of this life talks in the desert and all that because I've only been here for a year as an adult. 1 year as an 18-year-old, 1 year as a 25-year-old, and then 1 year old as a 35-year-old. So every stage in my life has been different of living in this town. So in totality is like 3 years and a half. But
Yeah.
I want to say that this city is growing, so in a way, it's becoming a little bit of a city. How I am, but I still get that desert feeling that I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I fucking if I drive 30 minutes out of the fucking city, you're nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can go drop a body. No, I'm just fucking around. No, but like I got to experience a corn maze, and that shit's a fucking trip. You smell elote, and then you just hear people screaming.
Oh god.
All right, Scorpio. We'll definitely have a part two one of these days. I'll see
Alright.
you Wednesday, right?
Yep.
For the boxing talks. Do your math. I mean, do your calculations, because I know that you're rooting for Tio, and I know that we might have to debate that.
All right.
All right, doggy. You have yourself a good night.
You too.
Yeah, man.
Bye.
Peace out.